midweek edition of Sports Drive, only on Living Television about Abia State. And of course, remember that this program is interactive, and you can call us during the course of the show by calling the number that is scrolled on your screen. And also remember to turn down the volume of your television set during those times to avoid hallbacks. My name is O.C. Wachuku. I am your host this beautiful morning. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Victor Eke. Victor, good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the show.
Good morning, OC. Good morning, our esteemed viewers. It's always a pleasure being in the studio to discuss.
And of course, I know that you can't wait to talk about what happened during the weekend. And of course, we saw a lot of upsets.
Of course, lots of surprises.
A lot of surprises, which exactly. Blew, especially in the English Premier League, that blew the league wide open.
Yes.
And the Manchester City. In fact, we will come to that, and we have a lot of things to discuss this beautiful morning. And we have tennis, table tennis, and of course, we will talk about Aruna Kadri, who is in fact one of the best tennis players in Africa. In fact, he's ranked #1 for a pretty long time. And also remember that this program is open for sponsorship. You can advertise your goods and services on this particular platform, and we promise it's going to be pocket friendly. All you need to do is visit our office at #1 St. George's Street, Abia State, and like I said, it's pocket friendly. Now, without wasting much of your time, let us quickly move straight to table tennis. We thought you had something on Aruna Kadri, and he is a World Tennis contender in Doha 2023, and Aruna Kadri will be tackling Portuguese superstar and in the first round of that competition, and following his quarterfinal finish at the WTT contender Durban in South Africa last week, Kadri Aruna will today return to action when he takes on Portuguese star Marcos Freitas in the first round of the WTT contender Doha 2023 in Qatar. Now listed as the #2 seed in the men's singles behind Brazil's Hugo Garduano, winner of the WTT contender Durban, Aruna will have to be at his best against his familiar opponent who won their last meeting in 2018. I can remember that particular bout quite vividly. Aruna, who remains the highest ranked African in the world following the release of the IWTF ranking on Monday, rated 14th, being the position he started this year. And the determined Aruna described the experience in Durban as a good start for him following his exit from the German league to the Russian league, adding that this would actually boost his confidence, going forward and heading the Russia last this month for his league debut in the lucrative European League. All right, enough of Aruna Kadri. Next stop is tennis, where we have the Australian Open, and of course we have defending champion Rafael Nadal has qualified for the second round of the Australian Open after beating Jack Draper in 4-6, 7-5, 2-6, 6-4, 6-1. Nadal had to make hard work of Draper, who took the game to him in the early sets, but eventually toned down as the clash wore on, as he appeared to have picked up a knock. Despite losing at the end, Draper gave a good account of himself against the 22 Grand Slam champion in the first ever meeting with his serves and forehands. But two unusual faults from the Briton in the fourth set turned the tide in favor of Rafael, who pounced on the opportunity to get ahead. Nadal now faces Mackenzie McDonald, who beat fellow American Brandon Nakashima in a grueling 5-set epic 7-6, 7-6, 1-6, 7-6, 6-4. Anyway, with that, we'll move straight to football, where it's all happening today. And of course, we saw the first round matches of the abridged Nigerian Professional Football League. And it is a big win for both Abia Warriors and, of course, Enyimba FC of Aba, who picked up away wins last weekend. Now, we'll have to kickstart with Enyimba International Football Club of Aba, where the 8-time Nigerian Professional Football League champions Enyimba have actually begun the 2022-2023 Abridged season with a convincing 2-1 win over Nasarawa United at the Zaria Road Stadium in Jos on Sunday in Group A. So we are still, Victor, we are still basking in the euphoria of that particular, victory in faraway Lafia in Nasarawa State. So starting pretty well is a good way to start up the league.
Of course, because, well, let me start by saying that it's a good outing for the Abia State representatives. Like,
of course.
You can see Ejimba Football Club of Aba traveling all the way to Nasarawa State and getting the 3 points, not even a draw, coming back victorious, and also see Abia Warriors having to win their own matches too. Previously you see the Nigerian Professional League having this
must win and home syndrome.
Home must win. But if you can see the matches played over the weekend, you can see teams like you see Akwa United was had an upset by Bendel Insurance. Now you see Enyimba traveling all the way to Nasarawa State to get
a result, a convincing result away from home.
Exactly, it's actually good to always start on a very good note, so that when your contemporaries and when your opponents know it, you're already far. So I give it to Enyimba. They are doing well actually, and I hope they continue with that.
All right, with people who saw the match, the Elephants kicked off the game with a blistering start that saw Abubakar threatening with a strike that narrowly went over in the 4th minute. In the 25th minute, Nasarawa had a rare chance as Dennis Victor floated in a cross as Josiah Oche nodded down to Maigashiri, whose volley went off target. Now, keen to make amends after a rather poor performance last season, Enyimba got the opener in the 32nd minute through Elijah Akane, who scored an absolute beauty from outside the box, and buoyed by the goal, the Finidi Joy side doubled the lead 6 minutes later as Imo Obot scored with a thunderous free kick that left the Nasarawa keeper David Yinka stunned and fully in control of the game. Enyimba gave little or no space for their hosts to make any meaningful threat to their goal area, but their resilience was tested as the game went in the second half. In the 77th minute, Enyimba keeper Ojo Rulu Leke was finally tested as he pulled the top save to keep out a goal-bound free kick, but he was finally breached after Nasarawa United was awarded a penalty in the 87th minute, and Ojo had initially saved the penalty, but the rebound was headed in by Oche Josiah. All right, now we'll give you this is actually talking about the Group A results of the Abridged Nigerian Professional Football League match day 1. And at the New Jazz Stadium, Plateau United and Shooting Stars set up a thriller with their game ending in a 3-all draw. Joshua Apange Shooting Stars the lead in 6 minutes, while Onyebuchi Ifeanyi level scores for the hosts 2 minutes later. The hosts went 3-1 up, courtesy of goal from Anthony Okachi and of course Kitunde Aziz. Plateau United, however, rallied back through goal from Izuchukwu Chimezie and Ifeanyi Manuel. And elsewhere we saw Para United playing out a goalless stalemate against Gombe United, while Remo Stars won at home against Ekaneme Warriors. Like I said earlier on, that sister club Abia Warriors recorded a shocking 2-0 win against former Premier League champions, talking about Enugu Rangers in an Oriental derby. Now that particular game, 7-up 2-0 away from home, don't you think it's surprising?
Yeah, it was a shocking result. Coming to talk of even the English Premiership, there were lots of upsets. See, Abia Warriors having to travel to Enugu to win
against
Rangers 2 goals without Rangers replying any of them. Is quite an upset for the Enugu team. Abia teams, as I said earlier, they are doing well. If they continue this way, they will go a long way to bring the Abia, because if you in Abia State, Abia people are sports soccer loving people.
Remember, Abia Angels also got
a winning, so it's like
away from home also.
Exactly. Enyimba got a win away from home. Abia Warriors did the same, and our ladies also did the same. So if they continue this way, I think they will get everybody back to watching the Nigerian Professional Football League. You can remember those days when if Enyimba have any match, you see people trooping to the stadium, having to they will leave everything they are doing, going to support their darling team. Exactly. If they continue this way, they will get their fans back.
All right, if they continue this way, definitely the fans will be back at the Enyimba Stadium here in Aba. Now we're still talking about the Group B results of the Nigerian Professional Football League match day 1, and we have Abia Warriors, like we said, get on a winning note against Rangers of Enugu, where Bello Lukman slotted Kalu Mwereke's cross into the net 4 minutes before the break, and Monday Yakubu made a point save with the second into stoppage time. Now the visitors, we also have holders talking about the defending champions. Rivers United started the defense of their title with a scrappy 2-1 win against Lobby Stars at the Adokia Mesemeka Stadium in Port Harcourt. Maurice Chukwu pushed Negmas ahead on 16 minutes, and the visitors equalized through Umaru Oba 10 minutes after the break. But we have somebody like Kene Chukwuagu, who netted the winning goal from the spot in stoppage time. Now elsewhere in Group B, we have Doma United playing at a 1-1 stalemate with Sunshine Stars of Akure. Niger Tornadoes were hammered away from home by Ricky Torres by 2-0, while Bayelsa United beat Lobby Stars of Macaulay by 2-1 also. Meanwhile, hostility will resume today in the NPFL as Enyimba at the Enyimba International Football Club will be taking on Aqua United by 3 p.m. Nigerian time. So we'll be bringing you the result of that particular game come our next episode of this particular program on Friday edition. And now we have Enyimba taking on Aqua United in a match day 2 by 3 p.m. this afternoon here in Aba. So what was your prediction for that game?
That match is going to be a cracker. It's going to be a match to really watch, because I see Aqua United having lost their first game against Bendel Insurance in Akwa Ibom State. So they will be trying to see if they can salvage to get at least a draw here in Aba. And the Enyimba themselves, having traveling to Nasarawa to get the vital 3 points. So
they will boost their confidence.
Yes, it will boost their confidence, and you see they will try as much as possible to win, because they are in their home ground and they know that their fans are coming out. Bringing your fans to the stadium, you have to keep on winning your matches.
Of course.
So I think